Alright, what's up, guys? Good morning. So we got PIXY. This came out with a press release at 8 o'clock. Said they partnered with Del Taco, and it's very low float, and it has already doubled its price in the 25 minutes that this PR came out. So, this is definitely one we want to keep on watch. I mean, I don't know. It's so high already. So I gotta wait for some type of pullback or something, but this is quite a rip. And we also got OGEN. Looks alright, but I don't know about it. NNDM's kind of on this trend line. Not really a press release, but it's had a lot of volume in pre-market, so I got SRNE on here. This has been selling off, but nah. And we got DVAX. A lot of peeps are definitely on PIXY for sure. I mean, it just ripped so hard after this partnership PR with Del Taco. This is a nasty rip. And we got ABUS. It's got some things going on. I saw a positive study for their hepatitis B therapy. Yeah, that's why it's ripped so hard. Is the float is so low. You know, there's not a lot of shares, so this type of huge news that they're partnered with somebody like Del Taco, a big household name, or at least I don't know how big Del Taco really is. We don't have any up here, but I know they're big out west. But yeah, you can see it just doubled in price so quickly. So it's definitely one to watch for sure. But right at this moment, I don't, you really don't know. Is that all that it's got, or is it going to keep running? We'll know here in a little while. I see BD is another one. Is on trend line. Good morning. I would imagine. I would imagine it's true because it's 1.5 million shares. The float is usually lower than what Thinkorswim shows the shares as. So let me look. Here, I'll look real quick and see exactly what the float is. This is a very low float. I've watched this stock before in the past. When it rips, it rips. So yeah, it looks like we're opening up here. Oh God, the float is 390,000. That's the float, 390,000. So it's not gonna take much at all for this to rip. It looks like it's halted. Yeah, it's got halted right out the gate. Whew, nasty. It's a very low float. All right, did we crack the trend line on this already? Let's see. Oh. Yeah, I think it's cracking the trend line now. OGN rolling over. YCBD bouncing off the trend line a little bit here. Kirkland's in this channel. see, NEPT, what's going on here? Partnership. Extraction partnership for hemp processing. It's above all indicators too. XBIO. XBIO is a very another low float. They have a press release. Not the best press release, but who knows? Could get some attention. Be a lot of flipping around here. Oh, SRNE is selling off, so I can take that off the list. Just want to give it some time and let everything kind of work itself out here. Our XBI was kind of on a downtrend though. It's in a pretty gross downtrend. Not much volume on it either. Let's see, DVAX is trying to come up to this 715 resistance. Let's look at PIXY for a second. 1242. Just want to look around what support might hold up, because I imagine this is going to drop off some out of this halt. I could be wrong. Could just keep ripping, but I want to see kind of where some more support might be. So 10, yeah, $10 will probably be support, or 960. Yeah, they got a breakthrough on 3D printing. It does have some pretty good news. Got a little resistance right here at 130. It's trying to test it. There it goes. Yeah, it's still trying to test. Alright, now buys are starting to come in. Yeah, so this is probably about to move some. See, PIXY is out of the halt. It's going to have some resistance at 140 and 150 though. A lot of resistance ahead on this as of now, but still, you know, it's just right below all the resistance. Once it's through this 150 area, it's got room all the way up to 270. And a little bit of resistance at 166. Let's see. 160, 189. A little bit of selling pressure pushing it back down here. DVAX coming down. Oh yeah, PIXY is still ripping. Went all the way up to 15. It's crazy. It's a crazy rip. Okay, so right now, actually, besides PIXY ripping crazily, starting to like NMDM a little bit. The only thing I don't like is this candle, but this candle still got 2 minutes. I'm going to go here. Oh, maybe I'm not. Hold on a second. That upper shadow, though. Let's see. Let's go. I'm gonna give this candle a second close. Make sure it's not gonna crash. Crack the trend line. I almost got too gung-ho. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad that happened. Yeah, a couple things selling off. We got 30 seconds here. Yeah, this might drop off because the way this candle's closing is not pretty, but the thing about PIXY though, keep in mind, as fast as it can rip is as fast as it can drop too, so that low of a float is going to be pretty dangerous. And you can see there's a bit of a spread. Oh yeah, NMDM starting to crack this trend line. Yeah, all this, everything's cracking. See, 1123 should be next support on this, unless, let's see, 12s maybe. Okay, I see it's getting It's trying to hold up right here at 12.25. Oh, now it's starting to crack that. Let's see if it cracks through 12. Yeah, it's about to get halted on the way down, possibly. Yeah, that thing's wild right now. Yeah, PIXY halted on the way down. And NDM is still getting bought up in these lower areas here. See, we're not that high up on NDM, only 50%. Oh, wait a minute. XBIO is starting to... What's wrong way? XBIO is testing this downtrend right now. Still doesn't have a lot of volume, but it's a very low float. If it does start getting volume, it can run. I'm going to go on XBIO. Just a small position, just to see if it starts ripping in there. It's popping up now. That was quicker pop than I was expecting there. Let's see what happens here. See if volume starts really coming into this. At the reversal of this downtrend. See, we got some resistance at 120. Oops. Still not a lot of volume in it yet. It got a little quick volume pop, but it's still kind of deciding. Well, we might start ripping here, possibly. Let's see. Now here we go, pushing through 115. So we're going to have some resistance at 120. I don't know how much resistance it's going to be, but there's going to be a little bit around there. Basically 120, 125, and 130 all is going to be a little bit of resistance on this. So let's see. Pushing through 120. Just trying to pull back. There we go. Yeah, you can see 120 is holding up a little bit. Looks like 120 might break down here. Yeah, 120 broke down. So we got some resistance at 122 right across the tops of these candles. So let's see if we can break 122. That may be where most of the resistance is. If it can hold up 115 support, we can get some more buying volume in. This might actually start moving, but if it can't hold up 115 support, yeah, it's starting to come back down. See if 110 can hold up. If 110 doesn't hold up, I'm probably going to get out. Getting a bit of a spread there, though. This is an ugly 5-minute candle. I don't know if this is going to do anything else. This may be done because this is getting a little ugly. It's trying to hold up 110. We got about 50 seconds left on this candle. So a little bit of buying came in right there and just pushed it up a little bit. Just a little. Hmm. Yeah, 110 is trying to hold up, so I'm just going to put a stop loss, I think. Whoa. Whoa, big quick sell off there. If I could put my stop loss in there. Getting balled up again here, but that was an ugly drop. That was definitely an ugly drop. I think I'm about to get out of this, because that was not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see 110 hold up, and that just cracked right through it. Just giving it a second just to make sure it's not going to pop straight back up, but that was pretty ugly. A lot of stop losses. I guarantee a lot of stop losses got hit there, because I was fixing to put one in myself. And it, but the fact that I hesitated half a second to not put a stop loss in, I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing yet. So it is starting to push back up a little bit here. So I'm kind of looking at, let's see. If you connect it now, let's see. Yeah, we're still kind of in a downtrend on this. I think I'm going to get out. I'm going to try to join the ask and get out, see if I can get out for maybe a little win. Okay. Alright. This is getting a little too sketchy for me. It might still do something, but it's still in this downtrend, and I thought it was going to break. I thought it was above the downtrend, but when you adjusted that line and this little craziness there, I'm not really a big fan of. So it's not much, $2, but whatever. It's better than a loss. Because 108 was where I was going to put my stop loss anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I'm going to give that a set. I'm going to give that a little bit to figure out what it's doing, because I don't know. Let's see what NNDM is doing here. NNDM is trying to hold up this trend line. Well, no, actually the trend line has cracked the trend line, so we don't really have the trend line. It's starting to move a little bit here too. Coming up trying to test that 130. Still kind of getting held up a little bit though. Let's see real quick. I'm going to go through. Okay, so OGN we can take off. It's not doing anything. DVAX is alright. PIXY. Actually, PIXY has kind of started a trend line here, and it's right here above the trend line. And it came down to, where did it come down to? It came down to 1050. Let's see, YCBG. But nothing. ABUS, nothing so far. XPIO still bouncing around. What is going on? Whoa. What is this nonsense? Looks like maybe a new IPO, and it's ran from $1.20 to $5.28 so far. With no volume. That makes a lot of sense. NNDM. NDM here. It's actually looking pretty decent, but I don't like where I'd have to get an entry at on it. want to see it come back down maybe to the trend line and then look for another entry. But it's starting to get some buyers coming in, trying to re-break this 135 area. Yeah, a little bounce off the trend line. PIXY. And NDM starting to move here. But the thing is, I really it's got to break 150. 150 is going to be a really tough area, and if it can break 150, it could really start moving. But I don't think it's going to run right up right now to 150 and break. I think it might try to test 150 here in the next few minutes, but then I think it's going to come back down. Unless it's not going to break. No, so it's actually still having trouble with this 135 area. 2 minutes on this candle. So actually it might come back down again. If it comes back down again, I might look for something. Kirk's starting to crack that. ABUS still holding up there. HOTH or Hoth. Where's the Star Wars fans at? We got a Hoth stock. Let's see here. License right to bio. If this breaks $5, let's see, what's the float? This is a pretty low float. If this breaks $5, looks like it could run. Let's look here. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of resistance at 5. But where could it run to? Some more resistance at 536. There's not a ton of resistance on it, really. So I'd like an MDM to come back down to 125 one more time. If it could come back down to 125, I might look for an entry there. Because that's where the trend line's at. It's 125 plus 125 should be some type of support. A little bit of support. PIXY might be getting ready to go again. Let's see. I'm trying to think, would this be worth it for me to get into? 50, 10, 500, 350. Yeah, I could get 50 shares. If it's ripped dollars, that'd be pretty good. And then DM is starting to try to hold up this 130 area. Starting to build some higher lows here. I'd like to see PIXY come back down a little bit, but I don't know if it's going to. No, it's PIXY looks like it might try to rip here. At this point, I'm kind of torn between PIXY if it breaks 50, or I mean 15, then it's probably gonna start running. Let's see where the 200's at. 1554. I don't like where the 200's at though. Because 15 is going to be resistance, and then 1550 is going to be resistance. And it's testing 15 now. It's kind of too high for me to get in at this point. See if it blows through 1550 here. Like back right in here would have been the area to get in this at 1150. And then you could just be riding this up, because I don't know if it's going to go much farther than 15 and 1550. At least not right now. It may get held up. It could though. Let's see if it busts through 1550. Oh, it's going. Well, let's see. Looked like it was about to go right through it. The ask was all the way up at 1580. As you can see, it got held up right there at 1556 as soon as it hit it. So there it goes. Trying to break it now. Nope, still having some issues. Yeah, it's getting held up a little bit by this 200. It didn't break the 200 right here, so I think his press release is good enough. It could break the 200 though. Small flag on NNDM. Yeah, you do got a little small flag there. A lot of buyers just came in here at 135. But like I said, I'm just concerned about this 150 area. Okay, here goes 140 breaking down. No, 140 still held up as some resistance. Now you got some buyers at 140, so 140 is going to try to hold up as some support. PIXY have a little bit of a pullback. If it comes back down to 1250, and DVAC's trying to come back up. Okay, Hoth still looks terrible. Take Hoth off. XBIO starting to come back up. Whoops. Still hasn't broken over this downtrend yet, but it's slowly trying to come back up to that $1.10 area. PIXY is trying to hold up the pre-market high right here at 1350. And it looks like it's going to. It's starting to come up here too. A little bit. I don't know. You never really know about resistances and how if they're gonna break and all that. You just have to kind of see what the price action is at those areas. I'm gonna go on PIXY here. What just happened? I'm gonna go and see if this pushes up. I got filled up a lot higher than I would like to, but let's see if it starts moving. Because it held up that pre-market support, so I'm gonna see if it's gonna keep climbing up and see if we break over at 1550 area. This is a dangerous move, really, but such a low float. Damn, I should have waited. I could have got a better entry on this. Ooh, this is nerve-wracking. This is very nerve-wracking because this is such a low float that if it decides to turn around, I could take a pretty good loss. Ooh, it may turn around right here. Let's see. 1350 needs to hold up again. Bouncing off that trend line. I did not like that. Needs to get off of that trend line. Yeah, I actually got a really bad entry on this. I didn't think it was about to come back down like that, but this is real sketchy. It is pushing back up to 1350. I really got to keep an eye on this right now. I'd feel a lot better if it got back over 14. I'm getting out because it's starting to look a little sketchy. A lot of selling pressure right here on the trend line, and if it cracks, I'm going to take a huge loss. So I'd rather not take a huge loss. I could be very wrong. It could be the last little test of support, but if it turns around, it could drop so quick. Whew. I'll take the little loss instead of risking it. And it's starting to come back up to 14. Yeah, so I jumped out pretty quick there, but the way that 1 minute candle was looking, it kind of curled over right here. And that scared me out, because if it would have dropped below that trend line, that would have been it. It probably would have dropped all the way back down to a 12, 11 possibly. So I might have messed up there by selling, but I just felt like I did not want to take a huge loss if it turned around. NNDM, let's see, NNDM get up to 157. Damn. So I made the wrong decision again. I went on PIXY instead of NNDM. It's always two stocks, and I'm always debating between both of them forever, and then I always end up making the wrong decision. But on PIXY, that's why entries are everything. You got to get. If I'd have waited just like 3 more minutes, I could have got it down here at that 1350, and I wouldn't have had to been scared out right there. That's why entries are so important. Oh well. XBIO. Oh. See, the problem, XBI is still on this downtrend, and the downtrend's still pointing down, so I don't know if XBIO is going to get it. That's why I hopped in XBIO, because I thought it was breaking above the downtrend. But it's still in that downtrend, so. Nothing else is doing anything, so it is just NNDM and NNDM and yeah, nice job, Daniel B. Good job on NNDM. I'm gonna go here on NNDM. It's starting to curl around with this right here at this 150 area. Let's see if it can make a new high a day, break that 157. It's trying to push through 153. Let's see. It's getting held up at 153 though. That's interesting. See, we kind of got a little trend line possibly going on in Indian, but I don't know. It's not jump the gun. Also, is at 154. They're getting taken out. Everything's getting taken out. Let's see if we get through 157. No, we're getting held up there. Getting held up at 155. I want to see 150 hold up as support. There you go. Push that 155. Oh, no, still getting held up at 155. All them big sellers got taken out, but it's still holding up. There we go. Now see, push that 157. Let's start pushing for a new high. Still getting held up a little bit. Let's see, having some problems pushing through. It may not be able to here. On 150 starting to get taken out. See if 150 can hold up support. If 150 can become new support, that would show some goodness in the stock. And you see it got bought up right there as soon as it dropped below 150, so we'll see. No, them sellers buyers at 150 got taken out again. Still buying's coming in, but now it's starting to get a little weak. That was the pre-market high, 150. Yeah, one pre-market high cracked. So 145 is about as low as I want to see it go at this point. The tops of these candles needs to hold up 145. If not, I'm gonna have to get out. You can see here 145 should be some support. You can go draw a line right across tops of these candles and the bottoms of these candles. So see if you can get back above 150. We'll try here. We're getting some buyers starting to come back in here a little bit. There we go. Now it's over 150 again. Nope, still couldn't hold up 150. If this doesn't rip soon, it's probably going to come back down to the trend line. So it needs to be the next, see, not this candle, but the next candle. The next 5-minute candle needs to be the one where it starts ripping at. We need to make a new high a day to keep this upward momentum going. What's up, Sways? Yeah, volume has definitely been scattered, and I'm not doing the greatest today. I'm doing all right today. Took a little loss on PIXY, kind of a stupid entry I took, and then got a tiny win on XBIO. Really like to see this close over 150 before this candle closes. It's got 5 seconds here. It doesn't look like it's going to do it, but it's starting to look a little ugly. Needs to start coming back up. If it keeps dropping down, yeah, this is getting real sketchy. Okay, buyers come in and pushed it up at 145. You see, we still kind of got that support, but it's not holding very well. We kind of lost the upwardness of the candles right now, so 145 needs to hold up. What's wrong with my drawing? Yeah, PIXY was extremely tough. This might crack 145. Yeah, it's starting to crack 145. Do have the 9 EMA at 140. Top of that candle at 139. Oh yeah, it's starting to come back down. Let's see if it bounces off the 9 and comes back up. If it doesn't, I'm just going to get out of it. See, a lot of buyers came in right there at the 9. So we got a minute and a half on this candle. See if this candle can get back above 145 maybe. Still got 45 seconds on this candle. I don't want to jump out quite yet. Let's see if we hold the 9 up. Just going to hold the 9 EMA right here at 140. It may still be okay, but actually, I think I've got the 13. This is the 13 on my chart right now, not the 9, but either way. Let's see. Are we back under? Where's that at? The 100-day is at 142 or $1.42. So the 13 and the 100-day about right at the same area, so this should be pretty strong support. But if it doesn't hold up, then I didn't say it was like a big deal, Daniel B. I just said it would be support. People would buy it there. So if it holds up, it's not like it's going to be super strong support, but people buy at the 13 or the 9. So if it doesn't crack off, I'm not going to sell right there if it holds up. Got a lot of possible support lines right below us. So even you got a candle right here too. That's right. This top of this candle is right at that 139 area as well. See if you can see, you can do this. Look, Daniel B. Without it, I can do this too. So we have support from that was resistance in pre-market and then became support and held up there. We've also got the 9 right here. We've also got the 100-day right here. Like we got all kinds of support areas that people buy at. That's the important part. See, I know you guys have been talking about Ojin. I think I took it off my list. Yeah, just got kind of still on a downtrend. This is making a little bit of a U-shape, maybe cup and handle, but still on a downtrend. All right, let's see if this support going to crack. See, a lot of buyers there at 140, but if they, okay, oof. This may crack here. Okay, so still not dropping yet. A little green candle. It is getting close to that downtrend though. Ojin is a possibility. The only problem with Ojin, if you're looking for a quick scalp, you may be able to get it up to the high a day, but if you look back on the chart, it's had some issues with that 87 to 90 cent area. But definitely for a scalp, it definitely could be a good maybe 10, 15 cents, possibly 20. See if NDM can get back over 145. A big buyer came in there at 143. And he got taken out already. So we definitely have the sellers trying to take control. There we go. So a lot of sellers sitting at 145. Let's see if it can push back above 145. It might have a chance here. I don't know. Kind of in some indecision right now. A little bit of indecision on which way the stock wants to go. But 145 is becoming resistance, or has already became resistance again instead of support, so that's an issue. So it needs to break through that. See a little bit of selling there at 143. This candle's got 40 seconds to close. We'll get off of 140. It's starting to crack 140. This is probably not going to get it unless it can get back above 140 right now. It's trying. This candle closes in 5 seconds. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. Like right on that support. Right on it. Now it's starting to crack. The question is, the trend line's at 130. So we got more support at 135. We're not really getting a ton of selling in these areas. Hold on. 43. Starting to pop back up a little bit here. CLSK train. What's going on with CXL? Let's see. IBO is probably done. Ocean possibly might still make a little move. Kirkland's is done. Get out of here. There we go. ABUS, nothing there. YBCD, nothing there. DVAX, nothing there. Alright. So it's still trying to hold up this 139 support. Starting to get a little push up there on this candle. There you go. Daniel B. part of Elon Musk's Neuralink team. You guys are silly. You guys are silly today. What's the SPY doing? SPY's at 295, so kind of going sideways. One Life, you like it on the 5-minute chart? I know I've been sitting here, I've been quiet the last couple of minutes because I was debating adding. I was thinking about adding maybe 50 or another 100 shares right here and even bringing my average down some. I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. Our volume has died off though. But pretty much I think this was a lot of profit taken up here. This is what this was. People who got in back here, probably like Daniel B, and they were taking profit. And now if they're all out of it and they're done selling, which we had the big red candle, now a littler red candle. Alright guys, give me just a second. Alright, so we got back up to 145 there for a second, it looks like. So trying to push back through 145 here. I feel like adding was probably a good idea, but you know, I might still could add, but I'm gonna give this a second here and see what it does. Starting to push back up towards 150 now. A little bit of selling pressure here, trying to keep it under 150, but looks to me like buyers are slowly starting to come back in. TNNDM here. Let's see, no problem with 150, right through 150. See if we're going to push up and try to get through that high a day finally. It's trying. It's trying right now. Well, there we go. Pushing through that high a day. Oh, we might get going here. All the way up to 161. Let's see, I think 160 is some pretty strong resistance too, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so, oh yeah, 160 is going to be a little bit of resistance. If it breaks through 160, it's got a little gap up to 180 something. Possibly. And then 2. So if we break 160, we're probably most likely, I would imagine, going to 180 because of that gap. Right through 165. I'm still struggling a little bit with that 160 area. We've got to get a clean break here. And 180 would probably be where I would lock out at, or at least lock out most of it, if it can get up there. A little bit of a selling pressure at the top of that candle. Oh, but this candle opened up nicely. It's having a little issues. Still having a little issue with that 163 area. Okay, there it goes. Some resistance at 168 a little bit. Let's see. That's at 155. Yeah, so that, I mean, we're right at that gap. It's having some problems trying to fill it. And I mean, this was a nice long green candle though. It may have to come back down a little bit and kind of curl around again possibly. And we should start building support right around in this area, this 155 area. That should be new support. Let's see, when does this candle close? We got 3 minutes on this candle. Starting to push up again. It's getting held up at 165. Yeah, you can see 165 keeps coming in as sellers, so there's some resistance at 165. What the hell is that resistance at on the chart? there's the Doge. There's the dog. He's going crazy. He's losing his mind. Oh no. There's an evil car outside. What is he gonna do? Top of the candle is right there. Yeah, that's 165. It's weird. There's nothing. Okay, it's the top of this green candle right here. The one top of this green candle is where that got held up at 165. So we have a little bit of resistance there for some reason, and it's held up pretty tough so far. So we'll see if it can break through that. Kind of starting to build a little support at 157. Is that the top of these candles? Yeah, that's what that is. The top of these candles. Or the top of these wicks. See, let's switch. Let's see. How did PIXY do? Okay, good. I got a PXY at a good decision. I had a bad entry, but at least I saved myself from taking a big loss because I just this what it is. All right. Well, I feel a little better about that. And NDM just a slow little mover today. It's getting ready to move again. That's what I was thinking too. If it keeps holding up support here. Now, I'm not going to lock it in yet. I mean, we're still holding up. I mean, we haven't even cracked this 157 support that's holding up yet. This could still move up some more. I mean, we just made a new high a day, so I mean, I could lock in this little bit, but like I said, we're right here at this gap, and if this gap starts to fill, then it's got room up to 180, and 180 is my first profit target, so I'm not locking anything in until I start to see it up there, at least 175 area. But it might need to consolidate again, you know, kind of do like it did right here where it just kind of went sideways for a few minutes and then more buyers came in and pushed it back up. Because we haven't had any major sell-offs. We're just having healthy sell-offs. Like, this is a nice move up, profit taking, okay? Nice move up, a little bit of profit taking. And then right now, if it continues to hold, we should get another nice move up. You gotta read the charts. You gotta be able to look at the candles and the price action and all that and be able to tell which way things are headed in. But there's nothing wrong with locking in profit. I wouldn't be mad at you if you locked in profit here. Just from what I've seen so far, there's a good chance that it's going to probably go on another move. You see on the 1 minute we're kind of curling around here. What's up, Elfman? How you doing? We are starting to get a couple of upper shadows though on these 5-minute candles. Let's see, when does this candle close? This candle's got a minute to close. I'd like to see this candle come up just a little bit more before it closes, so we don't have like 3 upper shadows in a row. But on the 1 minute, it's not that much selling pressure. Hey, well, if you love the stock market and you're only 11, buddy, you're going to be a rich person someday. Because if you start now and you start learning at 11, yeah, you will definitely be rich one day. So welcome to the channel and the live streams. Do these live streams 5 days a week. You can watch actual live trading. We got a bunch of members in the chat, in the live stream chat who... Okay, so now we're looking a little sketchy. It didn't hold up that bottom support, but we still have this next level of support at 155 here. So, like I said, I might have to... On the 1 minute, it's a little ugly, but we might have to... Yeah, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a very good book. That is a very good book. It's one of the very few books that I've read. Because I'm not much of a book reader personally, but yeah, Rich Dad, Poor Dad is definitely a good book. Change the way you think about things. So we still got a little profit taking on these 5-minute candles. Starting to crack 155. I'm going to give it just a little bit longer unless it starts selling off too hard. Yeah, we don't see us getting bought up at 150. You can see a lot of buyers coming in as soon as it dropped down to 150. Because 150 was some resistance. The 9 is at 148. We got like a lot of support in this area. So as long as it only goes to 150 and doesn't drop much lower than that. I don't like to read. But yeah, you learn something new every day, One Life, you know. I learn, you just learned today that I could read. Who would have thought? Who would have thunked it that I could read? Surprises me too sometimes. There you go. Yeah. I don't know if that's really reading, Daniel B. I don't know anybody who actually reads Playboy. And keep in mind also there's an 11-year-old in here too, Daniel B. So be careful. Be careful of what you say. Unless the 11-year-old's gone. But hopefully he's not, because he could learn a lot. Oh, God. He got Daniel, Daniel, son, what are you doing? What are you talking about? What, what are you talking about, Daniel B? I'm not even repeating what you just said. I'm pretty sure you spelled it wrong. I think you meant to spell it with two e's. Daniel B is how it would make more sense. But I know what you meant as soon as I saw it. Ooh, it was a lot of buyers. Whoa, whoa, that was a big buyer that just came in. That's what? That was like 120,000 share buyer that just came in right there. Yeah, I got it. I got it, Daniel B. No worries. It is possible, Dom. It is very possible, especially with that big buyer that came in. If he's hanging around, starting to push this up, because that was a very big buyer. It was you. You bought it. You came in right there to push it up. 120,000 shares. Did you get that with your raise? With your new job with Elon on the Neuralink team or whatever One Life said? One Life bought 5K shares. You guys are talking crazy. Boy, this is a slow moving stock. That's all right. I kind of needed a slow moving stock to catch my breath there after PIXY. I damn near had a heart attack. That was one of those instantly kick yourself somewhere. So yeah, all we're doing right now is consolidating. That's all that's going on. And you can see, we had this selling pressure. People locked in some profits, and then this candle here is a very little red candle. Like the body of this red candle is tiny. So that means the buyers kind of started pushing back up there. Like, hey, sellers, we're not done with this. Buyers are like, we're not done with this. Daniel B and One Life are buying up all the shares. Did you really buy? Were you joking, One Life, about buying 5K of NNDM, or did you really buy 5K? And you see the selling volume has decreased too again. It's trying to hold up. Need that big old buyer to come in and start throwing his weight around again. Scare all the sellers the rest of the way off. Or shorters, if there's any shorters in this. look at some things. So 190. If it happens to break 190, 2 will probably be resistance, and then it's got room up to 215. So if it if it does get up through that gap and happens to go through 190, it could go all the way to 215, possibly. And then after that, who knows? But I don't know if it'll climb that high today. It's been climbing since pre-market. But I would expect this gap to at least fill. Alright. Okay. Whatever, Windows. See, this candle's fixing to close. We need to start seeing some buying, some green candles start popping in here. It's like the buyers made the sellers just nice and easily smooth out here. You can see some big buyers right there at 153. You got four 90,000 share buyers. So that's 360,000 shares sitting on the buy at 153 right now. Oh, more buyers starting to come in here now that we got done with all this selling. So let's see if we can finally get through this 165-ish area and start filling this gap. Yeah. They could be fake, but you keep seeing them pop up, it's going to keep making other people jump in. I wouldn't particularly use it for support purposes on the level 2, but even if it is fake level 2 buys, it should make and real people feel good about it, which could be a double-edged sword. And we still haven't got a ton of buying volume in here yet. We're only, see, the volume on this candle is only 1.2 million, which, I mean, it's still a lot for one candle, but let's see, push through the high of day here, make a new high, possibly. Yeah, there we go. So it got hung up at 170. See, there's some sellers there. A lot of selling trying to come in at 170, but the buying is really taking it out. And it's still getting held up, though. There we go. Now it's starting to push through 170 a little bit. Trying to again. Getting some buys coming through there, so that's a good thing. There we go. There's a lot of buys that came through. Still getting hung up though. So another little pullback. That was not a very big candle. Just right up to 170 and back down. So we might have to make another little sell-off possibly. Your YouTube just got weird on you? What did your YouTube do? What did it do that it got weird on you? Now remember, let's see. Top of these candles, it should be new support. 161. We're just like stair stepping up. Pew. Up, down, up, down. Nice healthy movements, but I keep looking for a bigger little bit bigger of a rip possibly than just these little rips that we're getting, these little pops. I mean, 140 to 165 was a pretty decent move, but this one's just kind of all right, you know. It's like 155 to 170. It's only a 15-cent movement, and we're in this gap. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's exactly what I was saying. One life. That's exactly what I was saying. Every time we're breaking the high a day, we're not pushing up very much. It's just like, psh, psh, they're little pushes. Boy, that 1 minute candle. They did not like it up at 172. Sellers pushed that right back down. So I might need it took 20 minutes for this one to make this pop. Ooh. A little bit of selling there. Oh man, NNDM only has a float of 7 million. I don't understand why it's moving this slow. A little bit of a sell-off here, but yeah, this stock only has 7 million in float. It should be ripping. It should be ripping through these highs. Must be a lot of. Hmm. It's kind of weirding me out. The fact it has that low of a float and it's like having trouble every step of the way. But we do have a lot of support. These old resistance lines keep becoming new support and they keep holding up. So I don't know. What do you think about that one? Like having such a low float and really struggling to move. Like struggling to push up, but building support on the way up everywhere. Yeah, 60 million, 66 million in volume on a 7 million in float stock and it's barely moving. That's a little sketchy the more I keep thinking about that. It's definitely a lot of selling pressure. You're fine with it? And it's possible maybe it's getting manipulated a little bit. I don't know. I mean, the chart, like one I was saying, is nice, healthy, clean movements on the chart. It's just it is going up. That's the thing. It's going up. Like it's showing nice price action, nice buying, and it's moving up slowly. But you would think with that much volume on that low of float of a stock, it'd rip hard, it rip harder than it is. Yeah, the news is really good. What was the news again? Heavy breakthrough, yeah, in 3D printing of circuit boards, which is pretty big. Actually, I'm gonna read this while we're sitting here waiting. Major breakthrough utilizing 3D printing and development process of oh, this is game changing. If they start 3D printing these chip boards like this, that could change a lot of things. That could change a lot of things. That could make competition. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that is a pretty good press release for sure. I saw that it was a breakthrough. I just didn't read it to see what the breakthrough was, but 3D printed boards could not bear the soldering process necessary for two-sided population of components. Interesting. Could go up for a couple of days, possibly. It's hard to say because as good as this press release is, we've seen other great good press releases, and if they've not been COVID-19 related, then they it's kind of a coin flip whether or not the stocks will keep running or not. But we are kind of things are starting to open back up a little bit. Maybe people will start getting on the bandwagon of other things besides COVID-19 stocks. We saw Aurora run pretty hard yesterday. It's a cannabis stock, so It only will change your P and L. No, I don't think I would swing it for sure. I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't want to swing it, but it is a very good press release. But it's too hard. Like One Life saying, this is still a penny stock, a very cheap penny stock. It's too hard to know if their chips are going to really hold any bearing for sure or not. Like it seems very good. I like the breakthrough. It possibly could change quite a bit in the tech sector as far as computing goes. But we'd have to see some more proof that they actually work, or like some type of PR, like Sony is looking at NNDM 3D printing things, something like that. Because if it's going to be that big of a game changer, then other bigger companies and analysts and stuff like that, they'll start talking about it. So that's the thing, whether or not it will keep going up. Because right now, is all we know is that they have a breakthrough. They're saying it's a breakthrough, but they could have maybe they got lucky and just made one board that works. They could have made like 1,000 of the motherboards or whatever, and then none of them worked, and then they got lucky and made one. So now they're like, haha, breakthrough. That's the thing with penny stocks. You just never really know until you start seeing other scientific information or other companies talking about it. Nice job, guys. Nice job catching the ride early with Daniel B. So we're starting to blow through 170 here. Or maybe not. It is really struggling to break through 170. That is crazy. There we go. There we go. Now, finally through 170. See if we can break 172. Yeah, there we go. New high a day. It's not a very new high a day. So that was just a quick little break of it's a 1 cent higher high. And we're back under 170 again, struggling with 170. Some more consolidation here. Alright, before it starts moving again, while this is still doing a little consolidation, give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back. I'm going to take a little intermission. Quick intermission. I'll be right. There we go. Let's see here. See if it gets through 180. Let me see exactly where that gap is. Yeah, it's right at 180. But I mean, we still haven't busted through anything either, though. Lock 50 out here just in case. Lock 50, just a little bit of my position. I'm gonna leave this. I'm gonna see if this goes, if this pushes over 180 and maybe tries to test 2. Because I think I think if it breaks 2, it might go on a nice run. It's struggling with 180, but I mean, we've been slowly climbing up to this point. We're getting people buying at 180. Yeah, a lot of buying coming in at 180. And we're starting to push through 180. PIXY. Oh yeah, PIXY is starting to make a move now. We had a quick little pop at the end of that candle. Made a new high at 183. We're still getting buying in at 180 though. But two is really going to be the next major resistance, I think. And I think we could probably see 2. So now we should have some support right around 166. And then maybe some support right here around 170. And then maybe even support at 180 if this keeps slowly climbing up. Let's see what it looks like at 190. See if we start getting buyers at 190 here, if it can get up to the... Yeah, buyers. Some buyers starting to come in at 190 here. So we touched 190 really quick. Few buyers came in. Then we got some profit taken here. People are taking some profits at 190 or in this area. There we go. We're starting to hit 190 again. People are, a lot of buying starting to come in at 190. Nope. I mean, is it extended though? Do you think so? I mean, look at all the support, and now we're going to have support at 180. Like, it's moving slow. It's breaking every little resistance line slow, and all those resistance lines are becoming new support. So, I mean, it's not really that extended. I mean, overall, yeah, we're kind of up there, but like, these are all little green candles. Like, none of these candles are that big. Like, this is the biggest green candle that this stock has had since market open. We're also starting to build more volume coming in. I don't know if you guys saw it on the level 2, but that big 100,000 share guy came in, and even whether it's fake or not, it popped up again. See, we're actually it's trying to build a little support at 185. That'd be even better than 180. What? Okay. Yeah, buyers came in there, so 180 is trying to hold up as that new support. So if 180 can become new support, ooh. Okay, starting to come back down a little bit. Let's see if people start buying it up here at 180. Yeah, they did buy it back up at 182. Planet 13 filed Chapter 11. You sure about that, Daniel? That sounds a little crazy. So we're starting to push back up some more here. Let's see if we're going to test 190 again. Looks like we might. So I'm selling at 189. There we go. There we go. There we go. Starting to pop through 190. Let's see if this gets up to 2. I don't see why it wouldn't at this point, but it could not. There's, that's always a possibility. I think I'm going to lock out 50 here if we can get up to 2. And I'll see if this last 50 can break through 2. So we got hung up at 195. There we go. Starting to get some buyers at 195. There we go. I'm going to lock out 50 here. So I got 50 shares left. Let's see if it can break 2 and keep running. See, getting some buyers pushing up to 199. Let's see, a lot of buying starting to come through at 2 here. And we're through 2. Look at this. See a little selling pressure there at 2. Let's see if it can hold 2 and start moving up to more. There we go. We're making a new high here. Pushed all the way up to 207. There we go. Pushing up nicely. The 210 so far. 210 new high day. $210 slowly starting to crack down. There we go, through 210. Let's go. Let's go. That big old fake buyer or real buyer or whatever popped up again on the level 2, even higher. So let's see if this can keep pushing up. See if we can get through 215. And it looks like we are. Yeah, we're through 215 now. I'm still struggling with 215. It's trying to push above 215. It keeps going up and testing it right there. Because I'm thinking about locking out, but if it keeps trying for 215, I might give it a second, see if it can get above that. And there goes pushing through 215 now. Let's see. Ooh, there we go. Pushing up to 220. There we go. Pushing up through 220. Let's see. Oh. Are we going to try to push through 225 maybe? $280, that would be a stretch, but it is possible, Dom. Especially if it really starts getting buying volume. So we're still just pushing on up here. I'm like 20. What did I do? Oops. Oh damn! I missed. God. I was gonna lock 20 more shares out up there at that above around that 225 area, and I messed up my number. Alright, looks like it's starting to come back down some here, so damn, I missed that little bit of profit. I'm just watching to see if it's trying to find new support at 210, because it looks like what it's trying to do is find new support in this area. We're starting to climb up some more though. Yeah, I know I'll never catch the top or bottom. That's why I'm still locking out, but I'm going to lock 10 more out right here. Just in case it starts coming back down, and that leaves me with 40 left. Because it is trying to come back up some more. Oh, my stomach just grabbed. Lock another 10 out here because of where 215 is. So I got 30 left. I'm gonna see if this last 30 can go or not. Don't good boy me. I'm not a puppy. What do you mean good boy? Let's see. So this support is about right here in this 210 area. So 210 is trying to hold. Don't know if it is or going to or not, but I've only got 30 shares left, so one life is out. Nice. I'm almost out. I just got 30 shares. I'm trying to give it a chance here. Because it is trying to hold support. If you look at the 1 minute, it got bought up every time it's come down so far. We did have this kind of ugly inverted hammer. let's see what happens. Let's see if it starts pushing up some more. $230's past resistance. Let's see. $221. I'm not seeing 230. Let's see. Where is it? Where's 230 resistance at? Now it looks like it might start coming back down. Or maybe not. Still getting bought up there. 117.20. January 17th. Oh yeah, okay, I see it. Yeah, there's some resistance there. I locked another 10 out there. Now I'm going to get out. Whoops. Alright. Oh, I still got one more. Started cracking that 210. I got one more. I got 10 more shares I was trying to get out of. There. Alright, I'm out. I'm out because this, I don't like the way this 1 minute candle opened up and then this dropped down lower. We were building a little bit of higher lows on the 1 minute chart, but this candle, this 1 minute candle, I do not like. But yeah, I'm out. There we go. Alright, guys. Well, not a terrible day. I made up for my loss on PIXY and actually made a little bit of profit. So it's actually 2 for 3 on my trades, even though XBIO wasn't that big of a trade. Or big of a profit. XBIO, what did I make on it? $3 on XBIO. Then lost 42 there and then got 70 there, so not too bad. I probably could jump back in, but I don't have much funds left. Profit? Is that what your last word is going to be? On your little thing there that you're doing? Now that's why I locked it out. Now I'm going to remove all these ugly lines off of this. But yeah, that's it for me today. But nice job, everybody. Everybody got some money, I think, on NNDM. So nice job. Good job, everybody. It's a decent day. Nice slow climb up. So, alright, guys. Yep, Sways, have a good one. If anybody's got any questions or anything before I end the stream here, go ahead and get your questions in really quick like. And then we'll call it a day. If there's no questions, then we'll call it a day even quicker. So this is a nice little clean run. Yes, it is One Life. Yes, it is. Well, alright, guys. Dom, have a great day. Appreciate you. Everybody just remember to hit that like button on the way out. Doesn't look like there's any questions. So, guys, we'll be back here tomorrow as always. And you guys have a great rest of your day. And, yeah. Everybody have a good one. Till next time. Nice job, guys, today. Again, congrats to everybody who made some money.